Hello and welcome to session 2 of a weird and wonderful school, part of our English project this week. So yesterday we created a weird and wonderful school. I decided on a monster school and some of you decided on some fantastic options for your school. Really enjoyed looking at some of your maps and some of the answers to some of your questions about what it's like to go to your special school. Excellent work so far. So today, our task is to create some characters for our schools, teachers, students, parents, cleaners, and anybody else that we might need. We need pictures of them and some information about them. They are important because we can't have a school without anybody in it. Here's my person. This is Blood Guzzler. And here are my notes about him. His age is 137. He's 1.2 metres tall, which isn't very tall at all. His strengths is that he has big muscles, he's a good climber, poisonous skin, but he doesn't burn, you can't set fire to him. His weaknesses is he's smelly, so he can't hide, you can sniff him out. He's stupid, it's a bit rude, and he's scared of witches and wizards. He has some special powers though. He's a little bit magical, and he's able to survive several days without food or water. Is he a good or a bad character? And what's his position in the school? At age 137, I don't think he's a pupil. Okay, this was my first plan. I thought about what was good about him. I thought about his weaknesses. I thought about his special powers. But this is an English lesson. Definitely needs up-levelling. This is my second version. His name's still Blood Guzzler. He's still 137 years old and he's still quite short. But here I've added some extra words. Instead of saying he's muscly, I can say he's extremely powerful and a muscular body. He's a fabulous climber, even on slippery rocks. He has toxic flesh, which is poisonous to the touch. Skin like leather, which is impervious to fire. His weaknesses, vile stench, makes him easy to find. Instead of saying he's stupid, I've gone for incredibly low intelligence. And he's terrified of mighty wizards. His special powers has some weak magic, including invisibility. He is able to survive for several days without food or water. So what did I do here to up-level my vocabulary? If I flick backwards, big muscles, good climber, poisonous skin, doesn't burn. Extremely powerful and muscular body. In red here, we've got an adverb, is extremely powerful. How powerful is he? Extremely. Powerful and muscular. I've up-levelled the adjectives. I did say he was a good climber, and I've changed that to a fabulous climber, even on slippery rocks. So good, I've changed to fabulous. I've up-levelled the vocabulary there. Even on slippery rocks, I've added some extra detail. Poisonous skin. Toxic flesh. So instead of talking about his skin, I can talk about his flesh, which I think sounds like fantastic monster vocabulary. And toxic is another word for poisonous, which is poisonous to the touch. He's got skin that doesn't burn. Skin like leather. Used a simile there. In yours, could yours have eyes like something, or a nose like something, or hair like something? Could you include a simile within yours? Which is impervious to fire. Again, I've up-levelled my vocabulary. Have a look on thesaurus.com, see if you can up-level any of yours. Smelly, so he can't hide. A vile stench, makes him easy to find. Stupid, incredibly low intelligence. Don't want to be rude about our characters. Scared of witches and wizards. Terrified of mighty wizards. Again, if you go on thesaurus.com, you'll be able to up-level some of your vocabulary. His special powers is a little bit magical. I changed that to has some weak magic, including invisibility. So if you're talking about yours and your special powers, instead of saying just what it is, could you include an example, the word including? So if yours can make themselves very small to make them a fantastic spy, perhaps you could say, excellent at hiding, including making themselves smaller. Or what about is able to survive for several days without food or water? I left that one the same. And I also added that Blood Guzzler is a good character, and he is the wild survival teacher. I think his special powers, being able to survive and becoming invisible and being stinky, made him a good person to put outside as the wild survival teacher. Here's a performer that I use that you could use to help with your writing. Leave a space for a picture. Include name, age and height, their strengths, weaknesses and special powers. Include an extra part. I'd really like to see some teachers. I'd like to see some cleaners, perhaps some lunchtime staff. I'd like to see some good and bad characters in your school. You can make up as many characters as you like. Once you've made up your character, up-level your vocabulary. I'd like to see some similes, some strong adjectives, some extra adverbs in your writing. So your task is to create some characters for your school, teachers, students, parents, cleaners, and anybody else that you might need. We need pictures of them and some information about them. They are important because we can't have a school with nobody in it. Don't forget to include some good and some bad characters. It will make your school more interesting. So once you've made up your character and up-leveled it, send us a picture on Class Dojo. If you want an extra challenge today, choose one of your characters and write their diary of a typical school day. Of course, there'll be extra dojos for completing the challenge too. Really looking forward to seeing your ideas and your characters come alive.